Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, in life they say speak less but listen more, and the reason why they say speak less but listen more is because when a man does speak, you have to be able to back up your words with action. So that is why you have to gather all the necessary information to guide your utterances, so that when you do make those utterances, you are able to back it up. That way they are able to say then that he is a man of his words. As guys, I bring you this. Ekiti Ondo deploy Amotekun in forest boundaries against herdsmen. So of course Akeredolu, we're back to now, he did give them notice that get out of this forest reserve within 2 weeks, or was it 7 days or 2 weeks, but within a set time period, get out of this forest reserves. And true to his words, he has now deployed now the tools available to him, which is of course the Amotekun cooperation, to ensure that his words are carried out. So a man of his words is what we're talking about now. As again, Ekiti Ondo deploy Amotekun in forest boundaries against herdsmen. So now let's now see what the latest development is. Southwest states, including Ekiti, Ondo, and Osun on Sunday, said they had deployed Western Nigerian Security Network Amotekun Corps in their forest and boundaries to check killer herdsmen. The state, however, deferred on the presence of killer herdsmen in the forest of the region, whilst the Ekiti state government, in an interview with correspondents, said there were no killer herdsmen in the state forest. Ondo and Osun states explained their effort to rid their forest of herdsmen, but all the states said they had deployed Amotekun Corps to their forest and boundaries with other states to check infiltration of killer herdsmen. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu SAN had on January the 18th issued a 7 days, so it is actually 7 days, issued a 7 days ultimatum to herdsmen to vacate the state's forest reserves. Although Meeti Ala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria initially opposed the order, at a meeting its leader had with the Nigerian Governors Forum and Akeredolu, the cattle breeders accepted the Ondo state government's directive. Besides the order that the herdsmen should vacate the forest reserves, Akeredolu also banned movement of cattle along highways and within the cities, and night grazing and underage grazing. Other states in the southwest have adopted the policy of Akeredolu, who is the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum. On Sunday, the special advisor to Ekiti State Government on Security Matters, Brigadier General Ebenezer Ogundana, retired, said the killer herdsmen were not in Ekiti Forest. Ogundana said, "We don't have them in our forest for now. We are going round all our forest, and what we are hearing is that they are coming. Anybody that knows where they are in the forest should alert us. We have not got any calls from anywhere." He said that the issue of killer herdsmen in the forest had been checked, saying operatives of Amotekun and other security agencies are watching the boundaries with neighboring states. We have our own contingency plan. We have additional outfit, Operation Flush, which sees to what is happening in the forest and the highways. We patrol and monitor the forest, Amotekun. Also, the commander, Ekiti Amotekun Corps, Brigadier General Joe Komolafe, retired, said operatives of the agency were working to ensure that the forest and indeed the state were consistently free of killers. Komolafe said, "We are monitoring all the forest. We are carrying out patrols and monitoring events. We liaise with the Amotekun Corps in Ondo and Osun states to tell us movements so that we can have early movement." The Corps commander said the agency was also collaborating with traditional rulers across the state so that if they see any strange face or movement in the bush, they should tell us. There are security agencies everywhere in all the local government areas. Men of the DSS, Department of State Services, police, civil defense, and vigilante will liaise with them all, Komalafe said. When contacted, the field commandant, Osun State Amotekun Corps, Brigadier General Bashir Adewumbi, said the state had introduced measures to keep the state's forest reserves safe. Adewumbi, however, did not reveal the specific strategies the corps would employ in the task of keeping the reserves safe. He also dismissed insinuations that some herdsmen who were driven out of Ondo forest had found their way to Osun State. I am not aware that herdsmen driven from Ondo have relocated to Osun. I am not aware. However, we have our own plans to ensure our forests are not occupied by criminals, Adewumbi said. Ondo Task Force combs forest for herdsmen. The Ondo state government said the efforts to flush out the herdsmen from the forest reserve in the state were still ongoing. The special advisor to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on security matters, Alhaji Jimoh Dojumo, said there was no going back on the order of the state government asking the herdsmen to vacate the forest reserves. He said, "We have set up a task force that is going into the forest to flush them out, and they are making progress. We are still awaiting their report to know what steps to take next. They are leaving." Similarly, the commander of the State Security Network Agency Amotekun, Chief Adetunji Adeleye, also confirmed the development. Adeleye said, "Our men are making arrests in the forest while some herdsmen opt to leave the forest and leave the state. We even escorted some of them out of the boundaries. We are flushing them out, and it is a continuous exercise." So a continuous exercise is how this ends, and of course continuous vigilance is how this should continue, because of course this now flash in the well, rather I was going to say this now flash in the pan, but really it should not be a flash in the pan thing, because these people are notoriously wily and they will just go away quietly, of course, when you ask them to leave, but then of course they'll be keeping watch, and in a moment of sleep they will strike in the dead of the night, because this is of course how the Fulanis operate. They operate with stealth, and whoever thinks that these people are dumb, that person is even dumber, because these people are sharp as they come, and they are wily to the ways of war and attrition. So now, flushing them out is one thing, but maintaining those forests is another thing. So this is yet another call for forest rangers, really, which is what really this Amotekun operation, this Amotekun cooperation should now metamorphose into, because this is really the understanding that the Yoruba people had of the formation of this thing, the understanding that I had, or the want that I have when I heard that this Amotekun was being formed, was essentially a forest ranger sort of outfit, and not another set of uniformed people doing waiting you carry on the roads. So their business is not with the civilian going about his day-to-day business within Yoruba land. Their business is in the forest to keep the marauders out, and this is essentially what it is. And necessity now is now rather defining. Necessity now is now defining their remit, and where their need is most potent, where their need is most profound, is now being defined just by circumstances rather than any policy position. So the circumstances and the most imminent need and the most important area of needs that these people need to have effect is essentially in the forest, keeping these Fulani people out. So strike one to Akeredolu, But then, of course, Ìgbẹ̀yìn láláyò ń ta, as we say in Yoruba land, it is not the beginning of the end, but the end of the beginning, and the game is afoot, and these people are not going to go quietly. So it's a long-term thing. So once they flush them out, then they should then have a strategy to maintain them out. So maybe like outlook post all over the forest for somebody to alarm and alert when these people are seeking to make their way back. That should be the next course of action, because there should be a buffer of security between the farmers who legitimately own their farmland and these marauders who are coming from foreign shores to weigh havoc upon Yoruba land. Conversations in the comment section, Osobe, Oshebe, as we say in Yoruba land, a man of his words, is effectively what that means. He said it and he has done it. So Akeredolu presses his advantage against the Fulani Herdsmen, but the end game really is where the final decisions are played. Come share thought about all this with me in the comment section, but before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey, bell button notifies you every time I upload a new video, click on like as well because that helps with YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, come join me then in the comment section. Come tell me now what you are making of these maneuverings that Akeredolu is playing with the wily Fulani tribesmen. So I leave you here. Carry this conversation with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.